ways of doing it. So if you were here and you'd done a job there and you thought, right, that's enough on section 1. So if it's just a back treatment, you've generally got an hour. So that would be, as a rough guide, 15-20 minutes. Section 1, 10-15 minutes, another 10 minutes, 5 minutes there, and then you've got 5 minutes to prep and finish it too. So we'll do more of that on Thursday, don't worry about that, right? So if you're here, you've got to get over there, right? Now, if you were finishing here, a way you can transition is to come into section 2 here on this side. That would be absolutely fine. So what's this called? Any ideas?
Ringing? This is ring.
Yes, this is ringing, yeah? So you can ring. What's this one called?
It's still ringing.
Kneading.
Not kneading.
Yes,
it's
this is kneading. Okay.
Palmar kneading.
Just going to get a little bit more oil there, excuse me.
It's alright.
Yep, so you can go straight in with your pasteurisage on the other side there, right? So you can use your kneading. Now, I'm more of a kneader than a ringer. I don't really use much ringing. I've got an awful lot of injuries all down this side of my body. So the older I get, the more I know the techniques that work for me, okay?
Yeah.
But on the opposite side, I can use a bit of ringing, right? As you come to the hips, what's this called?
Alternating effleurage.
Yes, we've got our alternate effleurage there. And then what's this called?
Stroking?
Side
Or
effleurage.
effleurage?
Side effleurage is a stroking movement as well. Okay, now if we're working here, the hips, we can work with reinforced fingers and coming down.
Reinforcing double hand is the same?
Yes, double-handed reinforced.
Yeah, okay.
You can have double-handed effleurage where you're working both hands at the same time. Reinforced is one on top of the other. Now typically when we've been working, the towel has creeped up, so we haven't got good access onto the glute medius area. So don't be afraid to stop your treatment and actually bring that down, okay? Because you want to be able to get into the full hip area, especially if that person has had lower back pain or also tight hips. So we're working with reinforced fingers. Again, you can incorporate, if you want, a bit of vibration. So she's really quite tight here, so I'd be working that area for a bit longer. We can also work with a deeper movement of the ringing. So see the way I've really slowed it down? And then you can come back in with some of your pasteurisage movements. You can also be working with a forearm, and you can take it out and out and out. Now this is actually called lomi, okay? So lomi is the reverse of kneading because you're coming out and out and out. Your kneading movements are in and in and in. Now, when you're working with forearms on the other side, don't be tempted to come in and in and in. It's not good for what's called L1 to L5. You'll be more at risk of injury as you get older. However, the actual movement of out and out and out. So imagine you're an American footballer and you're pushing the ball in this way. Your body's designed to move out and move out. You're not designed to do this over more seconds because you'll end up being at more risk to damage your discs. So don't do that. Remember, if you're here and you're using forearms, it's your lomi, it's always out. Okay, so for a deeper experience, use your lomi. You can also use your pulsing and bringing it back. Okay. And pull it back and give it some love. Okay. There's some more techniques that I can show you there on Thursday for a deeper way of working with your client. We can also come around to this side as well, and we can be working with alternate loose fist. So I'm in a warrior stance here. When you're working loose fist here on the hips, you want to do it really for a good 45 seconds before you go in with anything deeper. Again, it's very uncomfortable for your client if you go in too deep and fast there, so really prep the area up. So you do this for about 45 seconds, and then with a straight arm, slow it down and put put more pressure on it so that you've reinforced it, pull it back and come back in with your alternate. For tight hips as well, we can also be pulsing. So have one forearm here and anchor behind it and pulse. And by all means here, you can be working with your kneading, you can work with your ringing as well, but I never do. And by all means on this side, you can work with it coming in and coming in and coming in because your arms aren't extended. It's when the arms are extended and you're pulling in, you're going to have problems, right? Because they're here, they're closer to you, you're not going to hurt your lower back, okay? So you can use your forearms or you can use your hands. And then for the lower back, we can then reverse. And that's a reinforced side effleurage, okay? For a deeper experience, you can use your forearm and coming back. And then finish. Okay, so that's a set of techniques on either side.